I'm Christina Ehrensberger, and this is SEO in 2023.
Christina, what is your number one SEO tip for 2023?
Today I want to talk about a service called Internal Linking API. And this is an API developed by the agency I work at, Graphite, and their AI team. And it can power the logic behind internal linking modules within a site.
Okay, so what do you mean by intelligent internal link building?
So the thing is that this API recommends internal links based on the relevancy, recency, or at random. So it's easy to integrate, and you can ensure that traffic is recirculated throughout a site. And this gives you the best SEO outcome possible. And actually, so we often see sites that have a suboptimal internal linking strategy. So for example, they have pages that have numerous internal links, or some of them that have none, right? So for example, that they have like 20% of URLs get 80% of all internal links, and also like 80% of URLs get 20% of all links. So this API helps us resolve a lot of issues on sites.
Okay. So I'm interested in exploring more into your relevancy, recency, and randomness, I guess, and forming the links. I presume that the API will actually select a link, and then that link will be permanent on the page. It's not a case of rotating the links on the pages.
It rotates the links.
It rotates them.
It does.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is that not maybe a concern from Google's perspective? If they see links being there and then one moment and the next moment they're not there, will that not potentially lose rankings as well?
No, so the API does it in a smart way, of course. These links are constantly being refined and optimized, right? And so the links that are returned by the API, they have feedback loops and check data from Google Search Console, such as clicks and impressions. And so they estimate where the links will be the most effective. They don't constantly rotate, but it's an intelligent way of placing the links. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's not suddenly going to remove the links from a page that's ranking number one and bringing in a decent amount of traffic.
No.
Okay, good stuff. So it might then, just to delve into it in slightly more depth, if there are links pointing to a page that for whatever reason that page isn't ranking, it might decide actually there's another page that is more likely to rank for this particular keyword phrase. Let's select that page instead and give that one a go.
Exactly. So we see that some pages, for example, have a limited number of inbound internal links, right? And then this can be problematic because it will affect the discoverability of the pages for users and also for the bot, right? Because we know that Google navigates the site and finds the content with the links, navigating the links. So this API can help ensure that all pages within a site have an equal number of inbound in links, and so that also the overall equity and traffic flow is passed to all pages of the site in an equal manner.
I guess one of the challenges with automating things like this is the position and contextualness of the links on the page. And I guess it would be more challenging to incorporate those sorts of links within body text.
Yes, so these links are not in the body text. These are different modules that can be at the bottom of the site or in the site navigation. You can place them wherever you want, and the design can also be not only the text, but you can have like thumbnail images and place, for example, if it's articles, you can place like similar articles, and then you place different links, and so you interlink the content.
And can this be done at scale if a web page has got millions of web pages?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Okay, that was rather impressive. And in terms of implementation, does it require any particular CMS or technology in order to support it, or is it quite simple?
It is quite simple to implement.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I guess only a website above a certain size would be able to justify it. So what kind of size of website would be the minimum number of pages that would make it worthwhile to do this?
Exactly. We recommend that you have at least a couple, like 100 pages, because if not, it's not worth it. Yes. But then, so if somebody is interested in using this particular API, you can, contact me or contact us at the agency at Graphite and get a subscription. So it depends, like if the site has less than 1,000 URLs, it has a specific price, etc. So there's a subscription for this.
Okay, and obviously you're based in Mexico. Is this more relevant for certain languages, or can it be used in any country around the world?
Yeah, we just launched a multilingual API as well, so we can use it in different languages. But Graphite is actually from San Francisco.
Okay, and I mean, obviously it's not going to be free to do this kind of thing. So how do you measure the ROI of spending money on link building? Because you're looking for some kind of uplift from what you're doing. Are you able, through the API, to also measure things like the increased amount of traffic and conversions that you're getting as a result of the links that are being built?
Yes, absolutely. So usually we generate an impact report, and you can measure the success very well. So for example, we check URL clicks or impression average position, CTR, whatever metrics, and you just check what has changed since the API was implemented in the specific section. No, and so, for example, we have seen magnificent results, actually, which is why I took this tip for 2023. Because, for example, with one client, we implemented 8 APIs, and we saw continuous growth in the sections where the API was implemented. And this, there are numbers such as a 95% increase in URL clicks where the API was implemented, and also a section that jumped 105% in URL clicks. So we see very, very good results. Yes.
Okay. Is there any limits to the amount of calls that an API can make with Google Search Console, for example, to get the data that it requires?
Yes, we do have a limit request.
Okay, and is that just with Google Search Console that you're talking about?
I'm not entirely sure.
What's the main wall that is created as a result of having the limit? Is it the amount of times that you can request information on an automated basis from Search Console, or is it some other limit just from your API?
No, it's so the requests are made like in the amount of times we or the speed we access or we crawl the site, So
okay.
We
So
don't
that's
want
from
to
yourselves,
get blocked.
yeah.
It's from
Understood.
ourselves.
Okay, and obviously the quality of the links that are generated depends on the quality of the data. So you've talked about Search Console, you've talked about crawling the website as well to improve the quality of the data. Are there any other sources that you take data from in order to deliver the optimum quality of links on an automated basis?
So yeah, we can, for example, interlink specific silos, so category pages that have similar topics. That can be done, and yes, there are several different ways to implement the API.
And what would you say to someone who says, that this might be good, but the best way of doing it is to do it on a manual basis? That way you'll be able to select everything yourself, and you're always going to get the best quality of results doing that.
Yeah, no, there's no way that we can do this manually, right? I think that now AI And with this kind of APIs, we can automatize it, and we can do a lot of things that we weren't able to do before. And so this actually will improve, like web pages will be crawled faster and more frequently. And there are a lot of benefits. Will improve page rankings, and the internal links are actually relevant to the content the page has, and will and also drive better on-page engagement, etc. This is not something that we cannot. Well, maybe somebody could be analyzing it manually and doing it themselves, but in this automated way, it's just much easier, and faster.
It is, yeah. I mean, I guess I would just want to ensure that search engines didn't actually perceive this as automated internal link generation, and actually the value in the links because of that. And also, I'd want to ensure that it was as good a user experience as possible, and that the links were highly relevant, obviously, to the users visiting each page.
No, for sure. On the contrary, so this API helps us give a better user experience, and actually, for example, avoid orphan pages, or for example, crawl points. Or there are sites that might not be linking to any crawl points, which are sites that get a high amount of traffic, like homepage, etc. And so when a page is not internally linked correctly to these crawl points, or to overall, it is a missed opportunity, actually. So we're not inventing new links or doing any wrong actions.
Just surfacing existing information, making it easier for search engines to discover, yes. And users.
For search engine and also users. And the user experience, we focus a lot on that. And in the end, we provide the data and the endpoints, and the clients that have the website, they implement it, and again, with images, thumbnails, etc. So the user experience is preserved. Just the links are smart.
Well, you shared what SEOs should be doing in 2023, so now let's talk about what SEOs shouldn't be doing. So what's something that's seductive in terms of time, but ultimately counterproductive? What's something that SEOs shouldn't be doing in 2023?
I was just talking about this with a colleague of mine, and one would think that it makes sense to everyone that does SEO to focus on the user and the user experience. But what I've seen is that a lot of my clients actually ask about optimizing for robots and SEO, that it seems as if SEO is a one-time thing and then you move forward, right? But SEO never stops. SEO constantly changes, and SEO is all about the user. So if we don't understand this, we will not have any success in 2023.
Great advice. Christina Ehrensberger is growth lead at Graphite, and you can find her over at consultina.com.mx. Christina, thanks so much for being part of SEO in 2023.
Thank you, David.
Get your copy of SEO in 2023, the book, over at SEOin2023.com.